For the longest time, I couldn't stand listening to my own voice. If someone wanted to show me my recordings from stage, I would squirm at the sound of it. But I only realized much later that it wasn't only me. Many of us hate our own voice when we do voice notes or when we listen to ourselves on video. And to top it off, if you're in school or college right now, your friends will give you an ample amount of grief for sounding the way you do by calling you pretentious or by calling you out on your supposedly fake accent. Once you start working, though, the nasty comments are not as front and center. They're more behind your back, but they're still there. However, we sound totally fine when someone sneakily tapes us without us noticing. So, is the secret to sounding good being oblivious to the fact that you're being watched? Actually, there's more truth to this than you may initially think. Call me old school, but my favorite band to this very day is Metallica. I'm a massive James Hetfield fan. James Hetfield is their lead singer, and it's still a dream of mine to watch them live in concert someday, before they stop touring because they're growing old. Naturally, one of my favorite interviews of all time is also of Metallica, and this one's from the Howard Stern show of 2013, I think. And it came as a shock to me when Howard Stern played one of Metallica's very early songs, and you could see James Hetfield squirming on air. Everyone had a laugh and spoke about how James didn't sound like himself. But something very interesting happened. He then went on to admit that it took him many, many years to find his own voice on stage and to figure out how to actually sing. It's important to remember that this was well into Metallica's days as a famous band. When I was new to the stage, I was nervous, tight. My voice wouldn't come out clean. I talk really fast, sound very nasal. And if you are where I was, it's totally all right because what you're facing is not uncommon. The way James found his voice was that he did it a lot. They toured extensively, Metallica toured extensively, and that's how they built up the confidence to go out there and express themselves. In his own words, it's a tough thing to develop, and it happens after thousands of hours of practice. And here's a tiny little snippet from the show.
When do you find your style that we all know today?
Well, you do it a lot.
Right.
You tour a lot, and you build up confidence. You build up confidence within your little family around you, and they guide you too. You ask questions like, "What does that sound like?" Or, you listen to yourself back, and you go, "Wow, I'd rather not sound like that."
The moment of breakthrough is actually a moment of breaking out of your own shell of consciousness. When you passionately rant about the previous night's football game with your lads, you're not being conscious. You are the best version of yourself as a speaker when you're not being conscious. It has taken YouTubers, vloggers, and public speakers thousands of hours to sound loose, comfortable, and at ease while speaking or recording videos. Now, along with finding your voice, it's also about finding your style. It takes time and it definitely doesn't happen overnight. Do it a lot and be incredibly patient while you do it and be open to judgment because it is going to happen. Develop a thick skin, and much like going to the gym, you may not notice the subtle developments instantly, but your viewers will definitely observe them over a period of time.